Hi folks, pretend Commodore Tony here reporting for an expose. There apparently has been a leak in the Sea Shepherd garbage scow fleet. Yeah, that was it, kids, a leak. If they could pretend to care about the whales and the dolphins, then I could pretend to be a Commodore. That's me, kids, pretending. I have been in communication with Sea Shepherd members or member. They or the individual have provided me with volumes of information. I have about 12 pages of information given to me. It was given to me, this information, through the YouTube messaging system, over Skype, and through email. And some of the material that I'm going to show you, I have links to it in the description. The other typewritten of 12 pages that I have are notes from these various communications. Now, the first thing that was sent was this. It's a handbook for the Sea Shepherd volunteers on shore, not for the trust fund babies that go out to sea. This is for the onshore group. And what's interesting in here is, on one of the pages, was written, I guess, before the fugitive became a fugitive. If you planned a fundraising event and wanted the fugitive there, you would have to guarantee or present something like $10,000 in donations to the organization. It's money. It's all about money. Now, these applications, I've always wondered over these years, how come previous crew members on these rust bucket garbage scows had not come forward to reveal the nonsense that takes place on those vessels, because we know it takes place. And I found out the reason. These contracts that they sign confidentiality agreements to keep their mouths shut, basically. They also sign a waiver of liability. Basically, if you get injured while serving on those vessels, you are totally responsible for your medical care and any other type of care you may need down the road. Now, what makes this confidentiality agreement invalid, as well as the liability waiver invalid, what's written into here. Now, I'm only going to discuss here United States of America contract law, because I'm only familiar with contract law in this country. I'm willing to bet it's similar in other countries. In here, for these volunteers, this confidentiality agreement, it's invalid because there's no consideration involved. Consideration must be involved in a contract for it to be valid, for it to be legal. Basically, if I sign a contract with you to replace my roof, I get a new roof, you get the payment. There's an exchange of consideration. When you volunteer like this, there's no exchange here. Sea Shepherd's getting all the value while you get no value. So the confidentiality contract is invalid based upon no exchange of consideration. But let's just say you're going to argue, it's still valid. Really? Which I have to say, really? There's another part in the confidentiality agreement, as well as a liability waiver, that prohibits, you ready? Your heirs. Yeah, you're signing away the rights to your heirs. You cannot do that. Sign away rights to people who are not you or who have not been born yet. What are you, stupid? So to those people who sign these confidentiality agreements, and that's the reason why you're keeping your mouth shut on the nonsense that takes place in this organization, please feel free to come forward, because you violated nothing. And if you still feel there's some legality involved, when you bring forward that information to me, your confidentiality is kept secret. And it happens in a number of ways. If you send it through the YouTube messaging system, after I copy and paste the message to a Word document, I delete your message and it's gone forever. If you send it to me through email, copy and paste, and I put it to Word, and I delete the email, and it's gone forever. And if we talk over Skype, after we talk, I delete that also, your address on there. And that's gone forever. So even if I wanted to reveal my sources, I will not be able to. Because to protect you, I had to delete you. See? That's it, kids. So this is the first of a number of videos because, like I said earlier, I have about 12 to 15 pages of single-line, typewritten material given to me through YouTube messaging, Skype, and emails, and I would like to go over it with you in future videos. All right, folks. Listen, if you're anti-whaling, if you're anti-dolphin harvesting, I can appreciate that. I can really appreciate your concern there. And we may disagree, however, on that. But I'm sure we agree that Sea Shepherd is manipulating and sole purpose is to gather money from people around the world. This is what we need to expose. This is what we need to bring forth to people to see what their true intentions are. There are other organizations whose hearts and minds are solely into stopping whaling and the dolphin harvesting and not their primary concern to get money from emotional wrecks around the world. Alright, folks. We'll see you. God bless you. God bless America. And God bless the nation you happen to be in. See ya.
Ha 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 ha!